Hello and welcome to UNET Plus. For our monthly program today with the European Policy Centre, we focus on the UK and Europe. David Cameron, as re-elected as Prime Minister of the UK, has promised an in-out referendum before 2017 on the UK's EU membership, and he's negotiating the terms of this with his EU leaders this week. So will a Brexit be possible? What will be the consequences of it? That's the discussion we have today with Fabian Zuleeg, Chief Executive of the European Policy Centre. Hello.
Hello.
And welcome. So, David Cameron met this Monday, 25th of May, Jean-Claude Juncker, the President of the European Commission, and he is expected to meet all its EU leaders before the summit in June to renegotiate and to talk about its reform plan deal. So, do you think will this be possible to have a deal with its EU partners?
I think certainly a deal is possible. There needs to be some reform on the table. It will help in convincing the British public to vote yes in the in-out referendum. But there isn't a lot which can be done in the time frame we are talking about. So what he's doing this week, I think, is more about showing at home that he's negotiating rather than really achieving something at European level.
So we have to remind, so the three points he wants to discuss is about immigration, welfare, eligibility, and the power to refuse further integration. Do you think really, in Europe, do you think really we can discuss about these points?
Well, I think there are some issues there which can be discussed. Certainly when we're talking about further integration, we're talking about treaty change, and within treaty change, any country has a lot of powers to stop further integration. So in that sense, he's only asking for something which already exists. On immigration, which should really be called mobility rather than immigration, it's more difficult. There are provisions in the treaty we can't change, but even there's a bit of room for maneuver to try to prevent something which worries a lot of people around Europe, not just in the UK, in particular, what people call benefit tourism.
Treaty changes can be done in such a shorter period of time?
I don't think we can do a treaty change. To do treaty change is a very complicated procedure. It takes a long time. We would talk about ratification in all the member states. So we can add something to the treaty, we can have protocols, but a real treaty change within a couple of years is not possible.
But if there is a Brexit, this contract, will it be good or not? The Confederation of British Industry warned last week that it won't be good for the UK, whether the president of GCB, which is one of Britain's biggest construction companies, say that Britain is better out of Europe and will survive alone.
Well, there certainly is a big discussion around whether a Brexit would have a major harm on the UK industry, on UK economy or not. My view would be that it's unlikely to have a big effect on trade, but it certainly would have a big effect on investment. And while some companies have said it wouldn't have such a great effect, the majority of companies are very clear this would be detrimental to the UK, it would stop investment. And we've heard that from many, many international companies which have said they would not invest in the UK under those circumstances.
So this contradiction coming from the business area is understandable.
It is understandable, but I think on balance, if you look at both big firms and SMEs, in general, companies believe that a UK exit would be detrimental.
So he also announced yesterday, on Monday, 25th of May, that citizens, residing in Britain who are not British will not get the vote in the referendum. So he's then snipping 1.5 million people in total from the polls. So do you think this will affect the Brexit or not? We will be closer to a yes referendum?
Well, it certainly will have an effect. Those people, the EU citizens in the UK, would have most likely voted to stay in. But I think it will not be the deciding factor. The deciding factor will be the overall debate within the UK. The question is whether the silent majority in the UK, which still supports EU membership, will come out and vote to stay in.
Thank you, Mr. Zuleeg, for coming. And thank you for following us. Bye.